Hello all, good morning, all alumni and students of Universitas Prasetiya Mulya. How are you doing? I hope everything is well. Before we started, please allow me to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Nia Damayanti. Probably some of you don't know me. I'm the head of Alumni Network Universitas Prasetiya Mulya. I'm also alumni MMBM 37. Today, I will be the MC and moderator for this online workshop event. Here with us is my teammates, Miss Dylan Susmira. Hi, Miss Dylan.
Hello, good morning.
And there's Mr. Rashid. Hi, Mr. Rashid.
Halo, everyone.
Through this event, we expect our
Hello,
audience to have
everyone.
the knowledge about LinkedIn. We want you to be able to maximize your career potential through personal branding and networking on LinkedIn. And furthermore, Alumni Network use LinkedIn as one of our updated alumni database. So for you that haven't got a LinkedIn account, we urge you to make one, okay? Now, I will introduce our speaker today. Please welcome Miss Vanessa Carbonell. She is the Director, Customer Success and Sales at LiveAlumni. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor.
How are you?
Good, good. Thank you. How are you all? I can't see a lot of your faces. I can see David. So hi, David. But I can see a lot of people who are joining today. I'm joining from the United States, where it's the evening. But it's a pleasure meeting all of the students and alumni who are joining us for this event.
Okay. Vanessa, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yes, of course. So I run the sales and customer service at a company called LiveAlumni. LiveAlumni is an institution that works with a little over 1,000 schools and universities and colleges around the world. Prasetiya being one of our clients. And we help our institutions not just help and better guide their students as to what types of careers they can go on and get, not just around the world, but we also help them connect with their alumni base. Because all of you know, and all of us, we know that you may graduate, but life continues and you still have questions and you change from job to job. And sometimes you want to get a professional opinion on how you can apply for better jobs, how you can spruce up a LinkedIn profile, which is what we're going to be talking about today, and how to brand yourself in a way that's attractive to employers, but also giving you a way to connect with alumni and connect with like-minded individuals so that you can connect closer to home, even if you're not looking for a job. I use LinkedIn every single day, and I'm not looking for a job. Okay, so that's what I'm going to teach you today. Not just how to create amazing profiles, but also how to connect with other individuals if you want to reach out and start a type of community for yourself as well.
Okay, that's very cool. I think we should start your presentation, but I'm just gonna have a quick run through first what you'll be presenting today, okay? This is just gonna be quick. Number one is you're gonna tell us about why you should have a LinkedIn account and the impact for your career and business, and how do you promote yourself on LinkedIn, how to connect and strengthen professional relationship networking through LinkedIn, how to set up a public LinkedIn profile, how to add Prasetiya Mulya correctly on LinkedIn profile. Since this is very important, I'm gonna highlight this. Why you should start to focus on updating LinkedIn profiles regularly. Okay, please, Miss Vanessa, I'm giving you the presentation.
Of course, of course. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be sharing multiple screens with you today. I'm going to be sharing all of the documentation that I will be sharing today. We will be sending to you for everyone who's joined the session today. Because it's important that you have access to not just this recording, but things that you can take home so that when you're building your LinkedIn profile on your own, we can do it in a way that's successful so that if you don't have a LinkedIn profile yet, this is something that we can help you get started with. Now, to start with, I would love to ask with a raise of hands, right? And if you raise your hands, if you want to have a reaction, for example, if you want to have a reaction, how many of you, I'm going to raise my hand right now. I'm going to do a thumbs up. How many of you today have a current LinkedIn profile? I see Harry has, Raymond has. Okay, perfect. So a couple of you already have LinkedIn profiles, which is great. This is amazing. And it's important. This is important to you as well, because I'm going to give you tips on how to make the LinkedIn profile that you have right now outstanding. And if after this conversation, you want to connect with me, or you want to connect with Nia or Dylan, please reach out. I'm going to add my email to the chat so that if you want me to check how your profile is looking, you send it to me and I'm more than happy to give you tips beyond this session as well. Okay? Everybody good so far? Okay. I'm going to start sharing my screen with you. And please let me know when you can see it. Dylan, can you shake your head for me? I can see you're my first picture. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes.
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to talk about creating the ultimate LinkedIn profile and why this is important. Why is it important to brand yourself? So in this day and age, we live in worlds where we rely on community. So if the pandemic taught us anything, is that we used to rely on a lot of connection to get hired. And I'm assuming that your community is very similar to my Latin American community, where everybody knows each other and everybody introduces each other. So if you're looking for a job, oftentimes when you were younger, your parent would introduce you to a friend who had a position in a company, and you would maybe start interning there, or from a friend of a friend, start looking for jobs that way. Now, when the pandemic happened and we were isolated, we realized that our communities were super, super important. And not just personal communities, but professional communities, because we didn't have the ease of having someone at an event introduce you, or having someone say, hey, my son is about to graduate. Can you give him an internship or a job? That went away. So what I want to help you do, both as a student and as an alum, is I want to help you strengthen your connections with people that, are in your industry, maybe people that are in your same city. I'm going to give you templates via email of how you're going to reach out and introduce yourself, how you can look for mentors, okay? Because now more than ever, it's super important for you to have a very strong online presence. Because if you reach out to someone to say, hey, I wanted to reach out to you, I'm looking for an internship, I'm looking for a job, or I'm looking to change into the career that you're in, and I would love some feedback. The first thing that person is going to do is they're going to Google you. And the first thing that's going to pop up is your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so the more information and the better your LinkedIn profile, the more connections you have, the better it's going to look when you reach out for connections. Okay? Nia, can you hear me okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to start here. Now, for those that you have LinkedIn profiles, how many of you have a great profile picture? And I'm going to again ask you to add your thumbs, because I want to know how many of you have a great profile picture on your LinkedIn profile. I don't see any thumbs yet. Okay, this is a big tell. Nia has a picture on her profile. Super important, A+. You can graduate, Nia. Michael has a profile, LinkedIn profile. Great. Pictures are super important. And not just any picture. Good pictures are super important. Professional pictures are super important. We've talked about with Nia of projects of maybe bringing a photographer and having a photographer take pictures for students because it's that important, having a good professional picture. So now LinkedIn is no longer an online resume. This is your digital reputation. The age of using LinkedIn just to try and get a job and only updating your LinkedIn when you're looking for a job or when you get a job, that's no longer the case. Okay? This is your digital reputation. Now, why is it so important? There is no database that has the growth, that professional growth that LinkedIn has. We all know that Threads has 100 million users in over a weekend, but LinkedIn has over 740 million members in over 200 companies. It's the largest business-oriented networking website in the world. And this is what gives you credibility. You want people to know that you are an actual person. You're not being catfished. That someone has the reputation that they've attended a prestigious institution, such as yours, that they have gone through the coursework. You can ask your professors to connect with you on LinkedIn, to give recommendations about you on LinkedIn. So it's a really, really powerful tool. Okay. Now, what is important here? We're going to talk a lot. We're going to go through the creation of a profile. And like Nia mentioned, how to add your information correctly. And I'm going to leave you with a document that you can follow step by step on how to create a profile. Now, the number one thing you want to make sure that you do, and I'll show you how to do that when we start creating a LinkedIn profile, is you want your profile to be public. I'm going to have all of you that already have LinkedIn profiles, I'm going to show you how to check if you have a public profile so that if you don't, you make this change. Because oftentimes when recruiters or when people are looking for you, they may not be able to see you because your profile is not visible. You know, you want to make sure that you have a picture that's recent, something that focuses on your face. Do you recognize anyone here? Someone whose picture is focusing on the individual. You don't want pictures with friends. You don't want pictures with your family. Because remember that this is something that you're using as part of your online reputation. Okay. And it doesn't have to be fancy. You can use your cell phone. Just make sure that you have a really good backdrop, that you have really good lighting, and that you like the picture that you're in. Okay. Add our education information correctly. If you're not 100% sure of what you have studied, please make sure to reach out to your education institutions. I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm Vanessa Carbonell. When my university, the Bentley University, when they became a client, I realized that not only did I have my graduation year wrong, I thought I graduated 2003. They said that I graduated 2004. But I also thought I was a finance major. And it turned out that I was a management major, not a finance major. So I had everything wrong. At least I had the school name right. So if you're not 100% sure, ask. Students, when you're building this, look it up. Degrees change throughout the years. What may have been finance when I studied may have a completely different name now. So when in doubt, take a look at your transcripts, take a look at your website, and find the right degree that you have studied so that you can add that correctly. Okay. Are we good so far? Okay. Adding your work experience correctly is important. So this is something that if you're an alum and you have work history, right? Adding work history is important. And adding work history chronologically is important. Adding the value that you have brought to your companies is important. So it's not just, I,
Sorry.
Vanessa, am, yes,
You
question?
have your
No? No
chat
question
button.
yet? I think someone's unmuted. Let me mute that individual. Oh, I can't do that. Yeah, you can. So when you're adding, bring the value. My title is Director of Sales and Customer Service, right? You can add taglines. You can add responsibilities. I manage a team of 20 individuals, giving the #1 customer service available in the market. For students, this is also important. You may not have work experience yet. Talk a lot about what you've done in your classes. What extra classes are you taking that add value to you? What types of internships are you looking for? What types of jobs are you looking for? This helps recruiters get a better understanding of where they can place you. Okay. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about this in depth. Make your about and your headline count. We're in the world of AI and ChatGPT. Boring summaries and abouts and headlines are no longer allowed. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can use your rough draft and how you can make this more exciting on something like ChatGPT. Okay, so this is important, right? Making your headline count, tell a story of who you are. Everybody here, I hope, speaks 2 languages, right? Or more languages. Use that as a selling point. What clubs do you belong to? Do you sit on boards? Do you have a mentor? Are you a mentee? Are you a mentor? Do you volunteer helping with children? Do you donate blood? All of those things, even if they're not related to a job, are important because they show how well-rounded of a person you are. And how many people can you connect if you see that there are other individuals volunteering at organizations that are similar to what you're interested in? This is a great reason to connect. Hey, I loved your profile. I see that you're volunteering at the ASPCA. I do that as well. I'd love to connect. Okay. Any questions so far?
Not yet, I think, Vanessa. Probably we can
Okay,
keep it until the presentation is done, and then we can do the Q&A session.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to move away from this documentation and I'm going to use another documentation. I'm going to send this to you because this is just a little bit more of why you want to join LinkedIn, right? Why you want to join LinkedIn. This is something that really transcends countries because the #1 question I get asked is, how many people in the UK are using it? How many people in Australia are using it? How many people in Canada are using it? And you'd be shocked about the amount of representation of how many individuals are using something like LinkedIn near you. Okay. Now, if you come in, I've created a LinkedIn profile from scratch. And I wanted to create a LinkedIn profile from scratch with you because there's a lot of people who are joining us right now that don't have a LinkedIn profile. Okay. And I want to walk you through. Today, I'm going to be a grad of Prasetiya. Nia, you're going to tell me what degree I received and what year I graduated as an honorary graduate, because
Okay.
we're going to build our profile together.
Yes, you can use mine.
Okay, perfect. So when you're creating your LinkedIn, it's going to take you through a series of steps. Okay. And when you go through these series of steps, like it'll ask you, where are you, right? What region am I in, right? The email that I use is set for Guatemala, goodeats.com. So I'm going to say I'm in the United States. Okay. Okay. So I'm in the United States. Let's say my postal code is 33186, which corresponds to Miami, Florida. So I'm going to add next. My most recent job title. Do you see this? I'm a student. Do you want me to add a job title or do you want me to say I'm a student? What is your preference, Nia, for the public that we have today?
I think the job title is more relevant.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start typing. Watch what's going to happen. Do you see all of these drop downs? You can pick a drop down if you wanted to. Director of Operations, Executive Director. If the title that you have is not here, okay, you can build your own. So I'm going to do Director of Customer Service and Sales. Okay. I work full time. My most recent company, important. If you're working at a company that has a LinkedIn page, as you start typing your company's page, you're also going to want to look for the company that you're working in. If the company that you're working in does not have a LinkedIn page, it does not matter. If I was the owner of Vanessa's Cookies, okay, let's pretend that I have a baking and my company is called Vanessa's Cookies. I can add that to LinkedIn. Okay. So don't worry if you don't see your company's name there, add your company name. And if the company that you're working for doesn't have LinkedIn presence, then you send them my way and we will make sure that the company ends up with LinkedIn presence. Okay. So it's very, very straightforward. It's going to continue asking your questions. Oh, it's going to send me a code. So give me one quick second just to get the code and come back to you. It's going to ask you a lot of questions. What industry are you in? How much education do you have? Is what you have a master's? Is it a bachelor's? You know, it's going to ask you a lot of different things. So you want to make sure that you take the time to answer as many of these questions as possible. And the reason why I stress this over and over and over is the more information that is out there, the more legitimate of a profile you will have. Okay? Now, if you are looking for a job, you can say, yes, I'm actively looking for a job. No, I'm not, but I would consider the right opportunity. Or no, I'm not interested in any opportunity. Okay? I'm going to say not really, but would consider the right opportunity. If you're a student and you are looking for a job, or if you're an alum and you want to change careers, you can pick yes, I'm actively looking for a job. Okay? What kind of job do you want? You know, whatever types of jobs that you want. This is very important. You can add multiples. I want to be a sales director. My locations, I want to be Seattle because in Seattle I can make more money and I'm open to remote work. Okay? Perfect. Okay. So if you're looking for a job, this will share with recruiters that I am looking for jobs. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So I'm going to skip this because I don't want the app. Okay. We're going to come back to this while this loads, right? So you have the ability to connect to individuals and start adding people that you know. You can search for someone specific. If I look for Nia, for example, there is Nia. Nia, this is your profile, right? No?
No.
Where are you? Let's keep going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add your name and I'm going to start adding Prasetiya. Is this one? No.
No.
Why are you not showing up? Yeah, this is where, are you a private profile?
I don't think so.
Dylan, do you have a LinkedIn profile?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. There it is. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah.
So if I connect, hi. Where did you go? Here you go. So if I connect with Dylan, I've sent her an invitation. Okay. So I've sent her for an invitation and I can come in. It's going to show you people that you can connect with, and you can start connecting. Okay. So all of this here, I can get updates from LinkedIn News. I can get updates from things that you're interested in. And from here right away, it's going to start telling you, hey, you can start following this, because if you want to get news and you want to get updates, follow Prasetiya. Prasetiya does a lot of publishing of what they can, how they can connect you with. Okay, so if I start searching, take a look. It should start. Am I misspelling Prasetiya? No?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the correct
yeah.
one.
Why is it not? Maybe it's because the first time I've done this. Okay, so if I start searching for Prasetiya, I want all of you today to be able to connect with Prasetiya. Okay, and we're going to start. We're going to start taking a look at what our profile looks like. Okay, so we're going to go to where it says me. Now, super important for those of you that have LinkedIn profiles, we talked about how to make your profile public. So if I come to settings and privacy, for example, if I come to settings and privacy, all of you are going to find a space that says visibility here on the left-hand side. Now, your visibility is going to share how your email is going to display and how all of you can edit your public profiles. So if you click on where it says public profiles, you're going to see Vanessa with 3 S's Carbonell is the director of customer service and sales at LiveAlumni. She's in Miami, and that's all you can see. Do you see that? And down below, you're going to see that your profile's visibility is on. Okay, so you want to make sure that your profile visibility is something that is on, so that this is public. Okay. Now, when we go down below, one by one here, you're going to be able to start editing your profile. Now, we're not going to edit a profile today because it takes time to edit a proper profile. I'm going to go to a document that I have put together with examples of how to create a perfect LinkedIn profile so that you can come in and build your own LinkedIn profile. Okay. So when you come in, it's taking me to jobs. I don't want to see jobs that are recommended for me. I want to automatically be able to come to my profile, and I want to one by one start editing my profile with all of the information that I'm going to show you. So this edit button here, you can add a background, you can take a picture. When I click on this edit button here, you're going to be able to start filling out all of the additional information. What is my position, my industry? Let's say my industry is marketing. You can start searching marketing. The more information you add, the better your profile is going to look. Okay. We're going to come back here to where it says add new education, but we'll do this when we start talking about education. Okay. Now, the document that I'm going to share with you here is, again, this is a document that I'm going to give to you so that you can start building your own profiles. Our step 1 for our LinkedIn is going to be our headline. when creating a headline, there's a lot of things that I want you to consider. I want you to be concise, but I want you to be adventurous. Okay? Make it clear and succinct. A concise headline is more likely to grab the attention of a recruiter, and it's something that someone is definitely going to add. So you can either add something like, I'm the CEO at Microsoft. That's my title. You can also use a headline to highlight your expertise. So for example, if I'm the CEO at Microsoft, but I'm also a professional speaker, or I'm an author, or I'm the chief head of diversity and inclusion, you can add additional headlines. CMO, author of, you can add keywords so that people can find you. So this is for a student, right? I'm a management and a finance postgraduate seeking a position with a financial organization. Use your headline to tell recruiters what you were looking for. Looking to change my career into computer software and AI. Okay? And more importantly, show your value proposition. What is the potential that you offer to employers and clients? What unique benefits or results can you deliver? So make it clear how you can solve a problem or contribute to someone's success. Okay. Consider your target audience. I'm a career coach. I'm looking for LinkedIn branding. I help high performers land amazing jobs. Okay, so super, super important. And there's multiple examples that I'm showing you on how to best add your headline. Now, your summary is super important. The summary for me is the most important part. Think of this as your about me when you're writing your resume. Who are you? What are you hoping to accomplish? What are you passionate about? How long have you been in the career? If you're a student, I'm a recent student who's passionate about wildlife photography. I'm looking to start my career at a company that will take into consideration, who are you? What are your interests? And if you have a career, talk a little bit about your career. I've closed over $100 million in sales. I've helped over 1,000 higher education institutions that are engaged their alumni. There's a lot of different things that can be said in your LinkedIn summary. And just like for the headline, I'm going to give you a lot of different examples of how to create the best summary, how to incorporate keywords. Something that people do when they're looking for a job is, depending on the industry that they're looking for, they will change their keywords. If you're looking for a job at a company where it's going to be more art focused, you want to add a lot of keywords to do with that. If you're looking for something that's in the finance sector, add a lot of keywords that are industry specific. Why? Because when recruiters are searching, they're searching for keywords within profiles to bring profiles to their attention. Okay, so be specific. Consider who your target audience is. If you're building a LinkedIn profile because you're retired and you want to connect with other people just to stay in the game and maybe consult, add that to a profile. I'm looking to create a community of individuals in London that I can connect to and mentor and help the next generation of accountants, bring extra value and avoid the pitfalls of their job. You can use this space. You have 2,000 characters to use something like this. Now, remember, you can use tools like AI and ChatGPT to help you with your ideas and to help you say, how many of you use ChatGPT? Can you raise your hand for me? Okay, Maria Cristina, I see, uses ChatGPT. Reza uses ChatGPT. Okay, I'm going to show you, I have a ChatGPT account. ChatGPT is a free account that you can set up. There's a paid version, but I use the free version. So Nian, for example, if you want to write a summary and you're a recent business student, okay? You can reach out to ChatGPT. Can you see my screen with ChatGPT?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'm going to add, I am a recent business student. Watch what's going to happen. Business student with a minor in finance, looking for, I have to actually spell, looking for a job in the finance sector, with an internship at JP Morgan. I've done an internship at JP Morgan. Please write a 2,000 character summary for LinkedIn. Okay. So I'm telling ChatGPT who I am. We can add JP Morgan. I am interested in fintech and Bitcoin. Okay. So if I say enter, ChatGPT is going to write my summary for me. Do you see that?
Yes.
Within the 2,000 character limit that LinkedIn has. I'm a highly motivated business student with a minor in finance, actively seeking opportunity in the finance sector, particularly in the exciting and rapidly evolving world of fintech and Bitcoin. Possessing, and you can add more information. I was very basic in the information I added. Okay, so when you're writing your summary, my recommendation is you start with your rough draft and then you run it like something like GPT, and you can answer back and say, make it more interesting. I am also interested in stocks, in the stock market. And it'll rewrite this for you. Okay, so you have the ability to do this. Okay, make it more interesting. It's thinking right now. It's also going to start writing a different summary with the same characteristics, but making it a little bit more interesting. Okay, so make sure that you use these tools because it's going to save you a lot of time on how to build really great summaries for your LinkedIn profile. Okay. Any questions so far? So do you see how already this is a more interesting summary? I have a burning passion for innovation and genuine curiosity for disruptive technologies. I'm eager to make a tangible impact in a progressive company. Okay. So for those of you that have never used ChatGPT, are you impressed? This is truly, truly a game changer when you're doing these types of things. Okay. So keep in mind all of these things. Show your personality. Consider your target audience. Update your summary regularly. If you take a new course, add it. If you were working 10 years at a company, now you've been working 12, change that. If you are now interested in making a career change, make these changes, because it's not just telling a recruiter what you're now interested in. It's also telling the people who are looking for you what they're doing. Okay, so this guide is going to continue on giving you examples of how to add your experience. Okay, so describe your responsibilities, your tasks, the achievements that you've had for each position. Students, when you have your first internship, talk about everything you did at that internship. When you land your first job, the first thing you should do is call your parents and tell them that you got a job. And then 2 is update your LinkedIn profile. You now are in this position. If you have to write down the job description, write the job description, right? And as your role changes, maybe you become a senior accountant, make those changes to a LinkedIn profile as your career evolves. So you want to make sure that you manage customer engagement and product feedback. You sell X amount of money. Okay. And then education information, which is, I know this is super, super important. We're going to actually go back to that LinkedIn profile that I've been creating. And I'm going to add this to my education. And Puti, yes, if you're in middle of a career change, if you have any questions of what you're hoping to transition to and how you want to change your keywords now that you are going into a career change, let me know. And I'm more happy to help you, because I want all of you to have accurate representation, regardless if you're still in school or if you've been in business for 50 years. Okay, my dad, who is 80 years old, has a LinkedIn profile, and he's on here every day reading the news, connecting with people who hold his job now at companies that he has worked with, because he wants to stay connected. He wants to hear what is happening in finance, in government, in politics. So think of this not just as a way to get a job, but also as a way to stay connected. Okay. So for those of you that are going to build this LinkedIn profile, the first thing you're going to do is, when you're adding education, you are going to look Prasetiya, and you're going to click on the right school name. Why? This is how you will be able to access all of the information that Nia and Dylan and all of their team put together. This is how you're going to be able to stay in touch. Okay. What type of degree do you have? Do you have a bachelor? Do you have a master's? Do you have a bachelor's of business, of science, of arts? And what type of degree have you received? International finance. You can build your own, remember. So if I did business and finance, I can build my own. Make sure you add your dates. When did you start this? I started, it's a lie, we started in August. I started August 1999. Yes, I'm that old. And I ended May 2003. Oh, my end date is 2003. Yeah, May 2003. Ah, I forget my years. Okay, so May 2023, and my grade is, I can add a grade if I wanted to. I can add that I was part of a sports team, that I was part of a club. You know, whatever it is that I want, I can add to my education information. But for now, I'm going to add the right school name, the degree that I received, what I received it in, and when I attended Prasetiya. Okay, so this is super, super important. we can continue adding. I was part of Chi Omega. I was on the soccer team, whatever it is I want to add. Okay. So once I save this, this is now information that straight off my profile, you are going to be able to see directly on LinkedIn. Okay, so if I go back to my profile, I'm now going to see that information directly inside my LinkedIn profile. Okay. Now I'm going to stop it here. There's a lot more that I'm going to send you with examples of what can be done. What I wanted to make sure is walk you through how to build your own. And then there's lots of other things that you can add to make your profile more amazing. Something that's super important. Nia, I'm going to look for you again.
Yes.
Here you are. Okay. Right now, I'm not connected to Nia. On my Vanessa LinkedIn, my real LinkedIn, I am. But I wanted to create a new profile because here I can see that she has more than 1,000 followers, which is amazing. Okay. But if I was in Jakarta and I wanted to connect with Nia, the most important thing for those of you who are looking to build your connection, look for people in the industries that you're working in. Look for people who graduated similar years that are working in jobs that you're interested in. Look people that you know up. And what you're going to do is when you click on this More tab, we both studied at Prasetiya, when I connect, I'm going to add a note. Hi, Nia. My name is Vanessa. I recently moved to Jakarta and I am looking to grow my professional network. Okay. I would love to connect. And you send. Whatever it is you want to say. Hey, I loved your profile. I took a look at your career history. I'm looking for a mentor with your qualifications. If this is something of interest, connect me here. Connect with me here. I'd love to connect. Or, hey, I see that you're working at JP Morgan. I'm looking to apply to JP Morgan. Would you be comfortable sending me tips on how to best fill out my resume? Whatever that is, reach out to individuals and connect with them. Okay, because the more people you're connected with, the bigger your profile is going to be. Okay. Any questions of the presentation? I know that we have a couple of comments. Any questions, or does anyone want to use an example of how you would search or reach out to an individual? And I'm more than happy to show you how to do that as well.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Okay, so actually, I mean, it's very basic. I'm sorry, my question,
No,
but
Maddie.
so on the profile, like your, what do you
Mhm.
call it, dashboard, right? The first page that everyone see. You, for example, you can only put one education, right?
You can continue adding more education. So if I go back to
Okay.
LinkedIn and I go back to my profile,
Okay.
remember that I have to come into view profile because I'm looking at my profile. And I've already added Prasetiya. Okay. If I want to add an additional education, and let's say now I went and got a master's at Wharton. Okay. So when I go down, I'm going to add new education. I'm not removing Prasetiya. I'm adding that I attended Wharton. So I'm going to start Wharton School.
Okay.
Masters of Business, International Finance. Okay, so the same
Okay.
thing. I'm going to continue adding
Got it,
my
got
end
it, got it.
month and end year.
Got it, got it. So that how about experience?
Okay, let me show
Um,
you.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
so right
let me
now
go back
we
to
added education,
no.
right?
Mm,
The same thing goes with experience. When I created my LinkedIn profile, I added that I was director of customer service and sales.
mm.
Okay. So it asked me, the very first thing it asked me is, where are you working? What is your title?
Yeah.
When you're adding new positions, it's the same thing.
Oh yeah,
Am
I
I,
add new position. Okay, okay, okay.
yeah,
I'm
add new
also on
position.
my LinkedIn page
Oh,
actually.
you're doing yours as well. Fabulous.
Yeah, so
Um,
thank you so much for the help.
Of
Okay,
course,
all
and
right.
I can end my current position. So for example,
Mm,
I can now say that I am the director of sales, right? I am now, it's a full-time job. Now, remember, important to look at the company. Okay, so watch what happens. Price Waterhouse goes by PwC. But watch how smart this is. I'm going to start typing Price Waterhouse, and it's
mm,
automatically going to tell me PwC. Okay. Where am I at Price Waterhouse, New York? Am I at Price Waterhouse, Singapore? Am I at Price Waterhouse, Jakarta? I can come in and I can add where I'm at. Am I in the metropolitan area? Do I want to add Jakarta, Indonesia? Am I hybrid? Am I remote? Okay. And from here, I can start adding that description. Currently leading a team of 100 salespeople, average revenue of X amount of money, focusing on X, Y, Z. Okay.
okay, noted.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
So
noted, noted.
when did I start this? June 2023. I'm very new at my position, and I'm going to end my current position as of now. And I'm no longer in computer software. I am now in financial services. Okay. So if you look at my LinkedIn profile, right, you're now going to see that I am no longer at LiveAlumni. I am now the sales director at Price Waterhouse. And I now, not just did I study at Prasetiya, I also got my Master's of Business at the Wharton School.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So, yeah, so we just need to keep adding, right?
We
In
just keep adding. You
yeah,
just
yeah.
keep adding. That's why I always start with the oldest job and you work your way up to the newest job.
Same goes with educations and everything.
Same goes with education.
Okay, okay, noted. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
You're so welcome. Anything you need, you reach out to me, okay?
Sure, 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 sure. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Okay, so it says, my name is Kelvin. About the typical profile description. Yes, you don't want that. You don't want that. It depends on, remember how when we were going back to, let me see where that is here. It depends on what you're using your LinkedIn profile for. If you're using your LinkedIn profile to actively search for a job, it's going to be a very different LinkedIn summary. Okay. Because the LinkedIn summary is going to be more concise. That's why it says, know who your target audience is, right? This one is telling a story. It's more of a story. He's been in business for a really long time. If you are considering, if you're looking for a job, highlight the relevant experience and skills that align with those goals. And if I go back to ChatGPT, I can take this information. Short courses, there's a space for courses. Patrick, I'm going to show you. So if you take something like this, I'm going to copy this, make it more concise and professional, geared towards HR visibility. The same thing applies. You're giving ChatGPT what you're looking for. And I didn't tell it, make it 2000, make it a limit of 2000. I should have made it a limit of 2000. Okay. Oh, give me one second. Did it kick me out? Okay. Do you see this? It's already building it. You see how it made it super concise, and there's no such thing as any flowery wording because I have told ChatGPT, make it concise, gear it towards something that HR would look like, and then I can limit how many characters I want. Okay, does that help answer your question, Kelvin? So Nia, when you want to be top of mind, I would actually reach out to people that are working in that company and connect with them. I would reach out to individuals that are in HR because every company is different. What they're looking for is very different. I have people who are reaching out to me all of the time asking, hey, Vanessa, are you looking to hire people who are in sales? Or I'd love to connect to hear what your recommendations would be for X and Y. I'm more than happy to help. Anyone who reaches out to me, I'm more than happy to help. If you reach out to someone in HR at Price Waterhouse and say, hey, this is the first time applying, I'd love guidelines. Like, what do you look for? What weighs more? Professional, the summary, what I actually present to you when I apply for the job. Okay. Kendrick, if I go back to the profile, where do I have the profile? Here it is. Okay. If you want to add more informal skills that you have, courses that you've taken, the same thing. I'm going to come up top here. You see this? You can add skills. You can add pictures. I don't have a summary. Like there's a bunch of things that I don't have in here. But if I click on my little pen button, as you scroll down, my education, my location, oh, this, if I go down here. Okay, I have activity, I have my experience, I have my interests. I have the ability to add either more informal courses that you've taken, right? You can add them here. You can add skills. You can add media. So if you are a graphic designer, for example, you can add examples of your work. You can add short videos. So there's a lot of places where you can add a lot of information. Okay. Anyone else with any additional questions?
If you need to explain the question, you can just raise hand and you can speak directly.
Yes, of course. I'm looking at the chat. But please feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question as well.
Hi, can I have the question? Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you so much for the concise and interesting presentation.
Thank you, Odetta, for joining.
I am Odetta. I'm not yet graduated. I'm on my final year in this university. Well, I want to ask you something. What are the key elements or sections of a LinkedIn profile that should be given the most attention to make a strong impression, especially for a person like me whom I spent most of my college years building my own cake business. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, I'm currently,
Congrats.
thank you. But now I have interest in planning to work in a brand development field, which I actually have zero working experience in any companies. Thank you.
Okay, what I would do is I would definitely add your cake business. I would add how long you've been in business, how you started it from scratch, how you are the founder and owner of what your area has been and how you've built a business from the ground up, that you're dealing with everything from sales and baking and marketing and the accounting, and how building this company has given you so much experience over the past 5 years while you've been studying, and how you've been using it to supplement your income to pay for whatever the story that is, right? It's important because it shows your entrepreneur spirit. It shows that you're someone who worked throughout her college experience, which is great. So even though you're not going to be in that field, you're going to use that as part of your experience, okay? You're also going to want to, I don't know if you do internships, but we do a lot of internships in the States. But if you do professional internships, I worked for the summer at X, I learned Y, in your summary. So things that are going to be very important, Odetta, your picture, you want an outstanding picture. You want your headline to say that you were looking for a job in this field, that you're open to interviews and connecting. Your summary is going to be very important. Now, in the summary, you're going to talk about how you have built the past 4 years, you built a company from the ground up. And now you are looking to embark in the field of your interest, right? And you're looking for opportunities to start learning. You're open to basically anything that comes in that deals with that, to give you the experience needed to have a successful career in X. Okay? Any courses that you've taken, your education is going to be very important, because no one it's crazy when they say you need 5 years of experience. No one really expects you. I'm onboarding someone tomorrow. Okay? We have a new account manager on LiveAlumni. He comes from the BBC. Okay? And he has no experience in this job. He has work experience, but he doesn't know how to be an account manager. So we're going to train him from the ground up. Okay. So in your experience, for example, Rez is asking that question, same thing. So when we were adding experience, the same thing applies here. If I'm going to add a position, let's say I'm going to say that I am the founder and owner, full-time or part-time because we were studying, right? Vanessa's Cookies. Odetta, I'm also into baking. Okay, so my company's name is Vanessa's Cookies. This is in Jakarta. Location, et cetera, I am not currently working in this role, or maybe you are. You still have this role, and you're going to add your start date. I started this company April 2015. I've been working in this for so many years. My industry is food. Let's do food. I don't think there's baking. Food and beverages. Yeah, let's do food and beverages. And in the description, this is where you're going to do the same thing. In your description here, it's very similar. You're going to mirror what you're adding to your summary. Okay. And you're going to add, I have built my 10-employee cake business from the ground up. In the last 5 years, right? Or 10 years, or however many. And here you're going to say, right? Everything from accounting and marketing and sales, growing it to sell over 100 cakes a month. Whatever that is. Okay. You want to mirror here in the description. Okay. Now I am owner and founder at best cookie company in the world. Okay, so you can continue adding, and you can add skills, accounting, baking. Now you have a skill in marketing, right? In my skill section, I don't have any because I haven't added any to them, but You can continue adding. You can add your website. You can add pictures. You can add whatever it is that you can add, flyers that you've built as part of your marketing. Okay, because what you want to show, especially if you don't have work experience in the area that you have, is grit. You've built something from scratch. You've stuck to it. And I can post this if I wanted to. I'm going to post this, and this is going to show on my feed. Right now, I'm not connected to anyone, but it's going to show on my feed. Okay. So do you see how, because I made it past, it's now going to show down below as founder of Vanessa's Cookies. Okay. Is that helpful?
Yes, so helpful. And to clarify, so for any course I have taken and experienced, so I should literally write every course, even if it's
In
not.
your education, if it has to do with what you're looking for, you don't want to fill it up with courses. Everything that's relevant to the career that you want to pursue, you're not going to add it as part of your career. But if it's external, I did an internship here. I took an MBA course or a certificate from Wharton. I got a diploma from X, even if it's from Prasetiya, but if it's outside of your coursework, you're going to add it. If it's part of the coursework, you don't have to add it individually.
Oh, okay, I got it. Thank you so much, Vanessa, for the
You're
explanation.
so welcome.
Is there anyone want to ask another question to Vanessa?
If you think of something, you can send it to Nia, you can send it to me. I'm more than happy to answer, and I'll record a quick video for you. I'm going to send you all of the documentation that I've put together for you today so that you all have access to it. You have my email. So if there's truly something that you want me to check or want me to help you with, let me know, and I'm more than happy to do it. Okay, because I want all of you to be successful, and I want you to have the confidence to be able to reach out and connect with other individuals so that you can slowly build your network. Right now, Nia hasn't even accepted my invitation. I'm connected to no one. So whatever I post, no one's going to see it. So the more people you connect with, for example, if you're interested in things like subscribing to
I already accepted.
okay, so we're friends. If you are interested in finance and you want to subscribe to Forbes because you want to see what Forbes posts, follow Forbes. Okay, follow them, because now when you come into your homepage, now I'm following Forbes, it's going to show me what Forbes. I'm in LiveAlumni. He is one of our top users at LiveAlumni. So start liking things. Okay, start liking them. LiveAlumni does a lot of posts. So right now, because I'm connected to LiveAlumni and because I'm connected to LinkedIn News, it's starting to show me things that LinkedIn News and LiveAlumni have posted. Okay.
Can I have a question?
Yes, of course, Reza. And please, if
Uh,
I'm missaying your names, please let me know.
no problem at all. And thank you anyway, Vanessa, for the explanation. By the way, I have a case that yes, I'm a serial entrepreneur and I spent my whole life as an entrepreneur, and it's just a little of experience on the professional, and and my purpose is now to build a LinkedIn profile, to optimize my LinkedIn profile is about to expand my network and to scale up the current business, and maybe for the fundraising or just any opportunity. But
Okay. So Reza, what
uh,
you would do is you would add each one of your business ventures. From the very first one that you did, how long was the span? What was the focus of that business ventures? If you then built another company and you closed the other one out, you built another one. You want to show your entrepreneur spirit. If you have a product right now that you're selling that you want to scale up or you want to look for funding for, you want to reach out to individuals who are funding VCs in Indonesia. Okay. Reach out. And this is something that I would do research, like someone who's funding VCs in Indonesia. I would look for VC, let's say, what type of title do we want for VC fundraising? Let's see what shows up.
Can I add some
Yeah.
things to put more context? I think.
Of course.
And as an entrepreneur, we just see as a result is the revenue, and we know that if we put a number on the experience, like we reach 10% sales or blah 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 blah, it's quite difficult to put an achievement as an entrepreneur, because the achievement of the entrepreneur is the revenue. So can you?
You can put revenue.
But
You
it's
can put revenue. So achieved in 2 years, a revenue of X amount, you know? The more information that you add, you can add that, because especially for what you're looking for, if you're looking to scale your network, what types of titles are you hoping to connect with? Look for those titles in Indonesia and start connecting and have a pitch. Remember how we were talking about when you're looking for someone? Oh, who just asked me? Michael. I'm going to look at Michael's profile. So if I'm connecting with Michael, and Michael, let's say, has all of the, Michael, which one's going to be you?
Yeah, that's gonna be the one.
This one?
Yep, that one.
Okay, Henry, Michael, Patty. Okay. So let's say I'm connecting with him, Reza. He has what I want. I want to connect with him. When you're connecting with these individuals, for this note, you want to have your pitch ready. It's not salesy. I'm looking to connect for individuals with experience for X. As a serial entrepreneur, I want to expand my network for Y. Okay? And you send and you do this over and over and over again, because this is how you're going to connect your network. If a person connects, write them a message, right? Be like, hey, thanks for connecting. You know, I'm always looking to brainstorm for whatever it is you're hoping to achieve. The more people you are connected to within the same sphere. I'm in higher education. I have over 3,000 people connecting with me, not because they know me. I don't know them. I've never met them, but because I'm connected to 150 people that they're connected to. Of course, I want to be connected to that person. It just gives you credibility. So it's all about starting slow. If it's your first LinkedIn profile, it's all about starting slow. Okay. I don't want to connect with you guys with this LinkedIn because this is a fake LinkedIn. I'm never going to use it again. But so ignore my suggestion with this LinkedIn. I'll give you guys my real LinkedIn so we can connect. I see another hand raised. Can I answer another question?
What?
Yes,
Hello?
Rido, Mr. Rido.
Okay, so the question is, a lot of people now doing entrepreneurship and also working as a professional person. And the question is, should that kind of person build two different kind of profile, or just put it into one profile that emphasize one of them?
So you're thinking that it doesn't look like your entrepreneurship is like a side business, but that you have another job at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, they both is the main for them. So they have their main business and also they work in a company. Yeah. So which way the best?
Majority of I would do one LinkedIn profile.
Okay.
The reason why, because when you're an entrepreneur, unless you have funding, you have to have a side job, right? LiveAlumni has a mentoring platform called Upnotch. Upnotch doesn't make money. LiveAlumni subsides Upnotch 100%. So we're doing this because as entrepreneurs, we're building an app from scratch. I couldn't do that if I wasn't working with LiveAlumni because I need my salary to keep me going. So if you have a side business that you're trying, like this is something I highly recommend. If you're an interior designer and you're working in one space, but you're also freelancing. If you're a graphic designer and you're working at a company, you're also available for consultation, freelance. Do both. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're looking for funding for your side business, then you can create a LinkedIn profile just with that information. Okay.
Okay. Appreciate it.
So
Thank
my
you.
recommendation would be to add both, but it depends on what your end goal is. If it is to get funding and to get noticed from that entrepreneur standpoint, then focus on that. And make me do a little sideline saying, I've been working consistently at XY while I fund and work on my dream. Oh,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Michael, you have a really good profile. The only thing is here you've added a little bit more information. I would add a little bit more of what your responsibilities and accomplishments were at your job. But the way that you've set it up is great. You have an about, you've got your headline. So this is great. You've added your certifications. You are active, which is super, super important. So this is great. This is a really great start. What I would do is flesh it out a little bit more. If you were a board member or executive committee for the Australian Indonesian Association, what does it do? Add it to the description of that job. Okay. Yes, energy focus is specialized on energy management. What is your role as director? What do you accomplish as a director? Okay, so you want to add a little bit more detail of what you're accomplishing, because if someone comes in and says, hey, I saw that you started when you came into this role, sales were at XY% and you increased this at this amount in this amount of time, I'd love to talk to you about that. You want to add that information to it as well. But everything else, outstanding. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. So and thank you for sending me these. If after this call you want to send me, you've started building out your own, you want key tips on how to continue to flesh it out, send it to my email. I will take a look at it with additional to it as well.
That would be great. Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. Oh, I love the backdrop. This is outstanding. I love this. This is so eye-catching. So great, great, great to start with. Great picture. Do you see the power of a great picture? I already know that she has taken the time to take a professional picture, to create that backdrop. So these are things that are done that make a really big difference when you're looking at these profiles. Chief People Officer at, also certified coach. I would do a little bit, I would flesh out the about. I would do a little bit more information. Who are you? I knew that you were the CPO and you're a certified coach, but in what? I'm passionate in helping people to So I would flesh this story out a little bit more. Activity is outstanding. Posting, commenting, liking. Okay. I would search for, as a recommendation, I would try and find an icon, because I know you're adding self-employed. I would add a company name, and this is free. It's linked. I would add a company profile that said Dr. Retno Ali Coaching, and add that, because you're a leadership and management coach. You are your brand. So make an image, make a picture for your brand. There's a ton of tools on how to do this for free on the internet, because it looks so much better. Okay.
Okay.
The same feedback that I gave Michael, I would give to you. You're telling me what the company is, but not what you do. So as an associate expert, what were you doing? What were you focusing on? I worked with over 100 people, helping them achieve X, Y. Okay. Education, everyone has Prasetiya perfectly, which I'm very proud. This is great. Your licenses and certifications are great. Your projects are great. Your volunteering is outstanding. So recommendations. Every student that creates a LinkedIn profile, I need them to ask for their teachers for recommendations. If you don't have work history, ask your professors for recommendations. Super, super important. Okay. So this is an outstanding profile. My only recommendation is I would flesh out my description of my job, and I would flesh out the about a little bit more because I want to be inspired. You're now focusing on coaching. Focus on how you transform people's lives. That should be the focus. Yes, you were the CPO, and that gave me the experience to do X. Now I focus on Y to help X accomplish Y. I worked with over 1,000 individuals, helping them accomplish X and Y. So it's just a little bit more passion into that about. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Vanessa.
Great job. I love this.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you still want to do one more, Vanessa,
Yes.
or we
Yes, yes. We'll do
go
one more because I
one
have
more?
one more person who's added it.
Yes.
And then we'll close it out. And anyone
Okay.
else can send it to my email, and I'm more than happy to give them feedback as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Now I'm not gonna accept invitations to this LinkedIn because this is fake. I'm gonna delete it. But I will give you my real LinkedIn so that you can reach out to me and connect with me there. And I'm more than happy to connect with you. Okay, perfect. Great picture. I love this picture. I love the company backdrop. This is outstanding as well. Good headline. Love your hashtags. What do you want to talk about? How do you want to connect? Activities, perfect. 8 months ago, 6 months ago, I want a little bit more activities. Like, comment, congratulate. This is great. Okay, this is what I want. This is still, it could be more fleshed out. Okay, but Rido, you're the first person to actually have information in descriptions of that job. So this is great. But you want to know for developing new ideas and innovation, for providing data science approach, for etc. So you want to be careful with spelling. You want to add a lot more information. Fellowships are outstanding. I did a fellowship program with the Department of State. I'm supporting, learned X and Y, so I can bring the skill back to Indonesia. Like flesh it out a little bit more. Fellowships are great. Internships are great. And then your education is outstanding. You've added skills. Ask for recommendations. Ask for your colleagues to give you recommendations. Ask for your friends who you may never work with. He's an outstanding character. Okay, so you and I both follow Gary, love Gary. So this is what you look at. If someone follows Gary already, I know that I'm gonna like that person because we have the same interests and sense of humor. Okay, but recommendation here, flesh this out just a little bit more. I want more in your about, more of who you are as a person, more about your history, what your interest is. You have an expertise in the agricultural sector with international experience. Where? Write this out here. With multiple internships with the U.S. Department of Food and I have measured experience. Why? I'm now looking to connect with individuals X because in the future I want Y. Like I want more information in these abouts. Okay.
To who we want to connect, also we put it in about.
You can, I'm looking to connect to like-minded individuals where I can learn, best practices, international best practices, to bring them back
Okay.
to X and Y. Because if you're going to be connecting to people that you want to connect to, what are they going to do before they connect with you? They're going to look at your
Yeah.
information.
Yes.
Okay. So this is my LinkedIn. I don't use this LinkedIn, but this is the LinkedIn that I want you to connect with me at. Okay.
Okay.
Vanessa Carbonell at LinkedIn. So connect with me here. Reach out to me. Do you see how I'm posting, liking? I am all over the place. Oh, I didn't get this one. I love it. I'm going to repost it.
Little bit too late.
I'm going to repost it as talk to the amazing alumni and students at Prasetiya. Had an amazing time. So I'm going to post it post event.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. So, is this helpful for everyone who's joined?
Yeah, for me, it's very helpful.
Okay. I'm so
Okay.
glad. Truly, we want you to be successful. So reach out to your alumni association. Your alumni association is here to help you, truly. They want you to succeed. They want you to come back to connect. And they want all of you entrepreneurs out there, they want you to come back to your students so that you can keep that entrepreneur flame alive. So if you're an alum, consider reaching out to Dylan and Nia and mentor. Come back and tell your stories because it is of such value. You have no idea. To the students who are coming, who are looking up to you, tell them the good, the bad, and the ugly. Awful. It's hard. It's a lot of work. Be honest, okay? And come back and mentor and connect and join events and just go out there and be amazing. Okay?
Okay. So before we close, can we take a picture? Probably.
Of course. Now
Okay.
everyone has to open up those screens because
please.
it can't be four of us with a picture. I want to
Please
see those
open.
faces.
Yes.
Yes, I want to see those beautiful smiles. This is amazing.
Yes. Okay.
Let's give it one more second, Nia, so we get more pictures. Anyone else who wants to show their face today? Maulana, there's Alan.
Yuk. Dinyalain kameranya. Kakak Putih kok dimatiin lagi sih?
And I love that
Okay.
Puti doesn't put doctor on her name.
Okay.
Perfect.
I
Let
think
me know when you're ready. Big smiles, everyone.
give a big smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, please one more with a thumbs up, okay? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
So
you very much, everyone.
do you have another closing statement, Vanessa, before I close this event?
You close it.
Okay. Okay, for all alumni and students that are here today, I would like to remind you to please fill our list of attendees and our survey on the chat box, the link in the chat box. I would like to say thank you very much for your time today. I hope we had a great time. I really appreciate your support and participation for this event today. Hope to see you all again in our next event. So I guess this is it. I just want to remind you, don't forget to follow our social media. We have Instagram at Alumni Pressmul, YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Twitter, Ika Prama Prasetiya Mulya, and of course our LinkedIn profile. Please do follow us, Alumni Network Universitas Prasetiya Mulya. Okay, thank you very much for your time. See you guys.
Good night, everyone.
soon.
Have a great day.
Thank you,
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Stay healthy. See you. Bye.
Bye. You
Have a
too.
nice
Take
rest,
care.
Vanessa. Thank you for today.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.